While R. Kelly remains in prison with his music muted over false accusations that suggest he violated the Mann and RICO Acts, and that he is guilty on forced labor and enticement charges, all of which claims are not true, the surviving R. Kelly docu-series, which prejudicially ushered him to his jail cell, is busy selling on Netflix and on other streaming platforms on a pay-to-watch arrangement, which makes it not only a commercial production, but also one that is using R. Kelly's fame and content as a platform to generate millions of dollars for its stakeholders. The mere fact that this documentary is a commercial product that was produced purposely to generate revenue means that it was just another reality show like the others, and made to entertain and engage viewers rather than address a problem in society like the government packaged it. The process of making a commercial product, and most especially if it will be a visual product like a movie or documentary, will always involve a lot of tweaking of events and information, even if it's based on a true life story, in order to make it as captivating as possible for the targeted audience. This explains the mashup of all kinds of women who participated in this TV show, with no regard whatsoever of their backgrounds with R. Kelly, and their histories of being either truthful or dishonest on matters as sensitive as this. Desperate to make an interesting show, therefore, the producers needed certain key people on board, irrespective of whether they were going to help the world know the truth, or if they would have preferred to cover their own tracks and blame every bad thing that ever happened in their life on one man, R. Kelly. Among the key people they needed were individuals such as ANDREA Kelly, considering she was the disappointed and bitter ex-wife; CAREY Kelly, the unhappy and envious ungrateful brother; Lisa Van Allen, who had testified before against R. Kelly during the 2008 trial and would therefore play a key role; John Legend, who wishes he was R. Kelly; and several other bitter people who would do a perfect job falsely accusing the R&B king. Every participant in the show was there for some selfish reason that would help the producers create a captivating series. And because the first season sold out like hotcake, they made the second, and then the third. They could go ahead and make 10 seasons out of this defaming campaign for as long as the investors are cashing in, but this is illegal business, creating a series of documentaries whose sole purpose is someone's defamation. It's this greed for money that saw the show get on board the most obvious liars and false victims such as Lisa Van Allen, ASANTE McGee and others. After all, it was these that would make the show interesting and captivating to generate the millions of streams. The day the show turned commercial and the actors were paid is the day the surviving R. Kelly production became a hoax rather than an advocacy program like the government has packaged it, to a point of basing their investigations and indictment of the R&B king on it.
I want to know, I was very interested in knowing, did Lifetime pay you and your wife for your appearance on the documentary?
They paid us what we call a stipend fee, and that stipend fee was roughly about $1,500 to $2,000 each.
Outgoing District Attorney Kim Foxx admitted to have based her indictment on the docuseries when she described how touching the show was, and how it influenced the way she thought about the women it paraded, who she was quick to call victims.
Now, you have seen the docuseries.
I have.
And what are your initial thoughts?
You know, I watched the series as someone who has lived in Chicago my whole adult life, worked at the state's attorney's office during the original trial, so it wasn't that some of the allegations were new related to pre-2008, but watching and listening to the women who said that they were survivors of what happened, it was heartbreaking, it was sickening. Because of the docu-series, but if there were people who have been impacted or affected, we certainly believe that we should know about that and do an investigation if warranted.
Right. Who had ever imagined that the justice system would base an entire investigation like this and subsequent arrest and indictment on a commercial TV production? Our government officials are either running crazy or the assumption of absolute power has confused them. Why would it even cross their mind that they can do this and get away with it? If the documentary had not been a commercial production, it wouldn't have featured a person like Lisa Van Allen, who later turned out to be a false accuser that lied about her age when she first met R. Kelly. According to Van Allen's first statement, she was 17 and therefore a minor when she met him, but tracing back to when the Home Alone video shoot took place, the same day they met makes her 18 and therefore an adult who in the real sense should have no claim for underage benefits. Her desire to get a part of the restitutions that were promised, together with the payment for taking part in the infamous docuseries, made it rather impossible for her to resist the temptation to lie on R. Kelly. In the end, she also created new problems for herself, because after this is over, We will also be suing her for her role play with Rashonda Landfair. If the documentary had not been a commercial production, we would not have seen a person like ASANTE MCGEE, who met R. Kelly when she was 35 years old and already developing gray hair, old enough to be a mother and grandmother at the same time. Why a woman as reasonable as District Attorney Kim Foxx would be moved by such a story as ASANTE MCGEE's to a point of triggering an investigation and subsequent indictment is hard to comprehend. A 35-year-old woman leaving their kid behind to go become R. Kelly's woman was criminal in itself, for she neglected her own child. Hoping that she would become his one and only woman was another example of wishful thinking. The show, however, needed her bitterness to make it captivating like any other reality show we know of. If the show had not been a commercial production, we wouldn't have seen celebrities such as John Legend and Wendy, who knew nothing of who R. Kelly is as a human being, be featured.
Well, I don't want to cast any aspersions on people because everybody has their own reasons for not doing something. I get asked to be on documentaries all the time. It's not because I don't agree with the premise of the documentary that I don't do it, but there's all kind of reasons you don't do it.
You don't do it, yeah.
And so I don't want to cast any aspersions on people who didn't do it, but I'll just tell people the reason why I did it. One, I'm friends with the director. Her name is Hampton. She's awesome. We work together.
John Legend wasn't even shy to tell the world that his only reason for participating was because he is friends with the producer Hampton, and therefore decided to do her a favor and help take down the R&B king, destroying his long life career in a manner that will be highly regrettable. If we were lying about this, Surviving R. Kelly would not be a paid-to-watch production as it evidently is, and generating millions of dollars for the stakeholders while alleged victims are demanding restitutions, and the same government is filing to have money taken out of R. Kelly's commissary and Sony account for the same. It's so unfortunate. According to CHERYL Hayes, what makes someone want to act in a movie to destroy someone's life? All the women acting should have thought before they acted. What if it were your brother? Would you want someone to destroy his life with lies and not be able to live without people staring and denying him of a suitable life? I know you weren't paid that much money to lie and destroy someone's life. No one should be that desperate. According to Rodney Penayman, I knew all this was a lie because most women will do anything for money. But after they do it and you eventually stop giving them money, they resort to blackmailing you. I know this. I don't even have a lot of money myself like R. Kelly, but I still had a number of them try to blackmail me. Considering how much they were willing to do for the money, getting an opportunity to become a part of a commercial production like the Surviving R. Kelly documentary was a business opportunity for them to gain some petty cash and a lifetime of fame. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.